in the thoughts that love surround. We call it roots and soul, yes, because we root our souls. So be free, be free, be free, yeah. My name is Teshay Makeda. I am a singer, songwriter, reggae artist based in the UK but with Jamaican heritage.
Based in the UK?
Yes.
So you were born there?
I was born in the UK, yes.
I know the diaspora has many different accounts of what growing up Jamaican is like. So what was your childhood like growing up with Jamaican parents?
Oh my gosh, so my father's Jamaican and I grew up in a Rastafari house, so that's even more like rootical, and just having reggae music throughout my life and kind of being different to my other counterparts, even my Jamaican friends and family, you know. My dad actually grew up in Trenchtown, which is the home of reggae. He's a musician and songwriter and really definitely inspired my journey, was very, very supportive. My mother is from Georgetown in St. Vincent, and she came to the UK when she was like 5, so she has quite a blended experience. Like, she didn't grow up where she's from, but definitely in the culture like that. So she grew up with a stammer, and her mum always used to say to her, you can't speak, but you're gonna be able to sing. But she never got to sing, and it's like, I sing, and she always reminds me, like, you're singing for our family, you're singing for the legacy. So yeah, I keep that really close to my heart, especially as my mum's mum passed away when my mum was like 10 years old. So it's like one of the really fondest memories that she has. Music has definitely been the most important part of my life as a child, you know.
What were some of the songs that you'd hear in your house?
Oh my gosh, like loads of Dennis Brown, lots of Abyssinians, Bob Marley. My mum absolutely loves Master Griffiths. And when I was like 8, 9 years old, my dad put together like a youth band, part of the Rastafari community that I come from. And we would sing like reggae covers. So we used to sing Footprints, Pressure, Love and Affection, Mighty Diamonds, and those songs, like having to learn them and like sing them and perform them really like gave me a sense of identity, and also like healing through the power of reggae music, because it was a soundtrack that I had to really like embody, you know, and become. So I'm really grateful that I had the opportunity to be so intimate with this music.
How big is your family's influence on you as a person?
It's big in a way, but I'm also such a free spirit. So you know, I'm always going to do Teshay. I'm a Leo. I have a very strong mind, but I'm also a free spirit. But in terms of being rooted in Rasta and the music, and knowing thyself, knowing where we're coming from, and also being innovative, because my dad's dad was a Rasta man as well, and so I'm 3rd generation, but my mum like came to Rastafari, and that was like, whoa, what are you doing? Like, why are you growing your hair? It was such a rebellious thing. So I have that rebel spirit in my system.
Prior to coming in here, what did you do for a living?
I've been basically a full-time artist for about 6 years, but I'm also a voice activation coach, and I work with young people to help them with their music as a vocal teacher and a youth mentor in music generally.
So music has just been your entire life?
Yeah, it saved my life.
What do you mean?
As in, like, I know that if I didn't have it, I don't know who I would be, where I would be, if I would even be here. Music is everything. It saved me. Sounds, songs, words, sounds, power. You know, I keep saying sounds, but it's everything, you know. Words can uplift someone and also bring them down. And you hear certain frequencies, the drum and bass, and it just allows your body to move in a certain way, which can be so healing.
When did you decide to become an artist, and what was that conversation in your head like?
When did I decide? Or when I feel like music chose me. Like, so I've been singing since I was like 7, but when I made that conscious decision to be an artist was, yeah, about 6-7 years ago. And I wasn't happy. Like, I was working like in hospitality around people that I didn't necessarily resonate with, and part of a culture that wasn't mine. I was working in like English pubs and, you know, being in that environment, and, you know, I wasn't happy. So I took a trip to Ethiopia where my grandfather, God rest his soul, repatriated, and I just knew that I needed to do some soul searching, and it was just like, yeah, music is what you need to do, and like, let's get away from being so afraid of your power and write the songs and allow yourself to move through that. So I just took a leap of faith, quit my job, came back to the UK, and went to some open mic nights, and the rest is history.
Really? Were you nervous during those times?
Yeah, oh my gosh, absolutely. It was challenging to be able to just put myself out there, although I had experience performing, but it was in my Rasta community, you know, but actually just putting myself out there with other artists and bands and musicians that have toured the world. I didn't know what I was doing, but sometimes you just have to trust, and I had support from my family and my friends, which was really, really, really like, yeah, helpful in life. So I'm very grateful for the support system and team and network that I do have around.
Your family seem to have always been very supportive of you. When did you decide to move to Jamaica, and what did they say?
Oh my gosh, so I've had the call for some time and I haven't answered it. My friends and people in the music industry say, you need to go to Jamaica, and I'm like, I don't have much family left here, how am I gonna survive, who do I know, just all of these things. And it was actually the water that called me. I had a friend who came out here and she just posted a video on Instagram, and it's like, I just felt the sea being like, you need to be in Jamaica. And that was in August. And so I just was like, I'm just gonna give up my life, and not give up, but sacrifice and trust that when the signs do come, you just have to follow them. And I've been here since the end of November. So it's been, yeah, just about 3 months since I've moved here, and I love it.
What's that been like for you?
It's been a beautiful challenge. It's been a beautiful challenge, like being a female in Kingston specifically, learning how to navigate, not necessarily like knowing. It's a very different lifestyle to London. I can just walk on the street at night, can't do that here, you know. So adjusting to the different lifestyle, and even food, for example, like being an italist back home, I can get vegan food any time of the night. Out here, I'm like, okay, so I need to plan things, and you know, I'm learning how to structure my life in a way, and also navigate how I'm being just a human outside of being an artist, you know. But on the artist side of things, Kingston is a vibe. There's something going on every single night. Like the performances that I've done, I've just been shown so much love. I feel really welcomed here and celebrated. And to be honest, that was a big fear for me coming out here, especially my mother not being Jamaican. So there's a little bit of like some things that have come up in my personal life. So yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to be accepted, you know, just all of these identity things, because I do come from the UK, I do not speak patois, and I haven't been here for 25 years, so there's a lot of things. But I'm very, very, very grateful for the embrace that I've been shown, and the love for my music, and the opportunities that have just naturally aligned and flowed. And I'm just so grateful for the Most High for blessing me, you know. I don't take it lightly.
How would you describe your musical sound?
Oh my gosh. So I would describe my music as roots soul. So it's rooted in Rastafari, rooted in Africa, rooted in my roots, my ancestry, knowing where I'm coming from. And soul. I'm inspired by soul music very, very much. I have a very soulful sound and voice. But the soul is also your purpose, you know, your voice in this life, where you're going, and I've kind of blended that together to create this sound called Root Soul, which is reggae music with a soulful South London vibration.
Where are some of the places that you've performed, and with who have you connected?
Where have I performed? Oh my gosh, I performed at the Children's of Icons tour in the Grill and in Ocho Rios, which is amazing. Like Garnet Silk Juniors, Bless Soul, Manifa, I love her, she's so talented. There's so many people, Medicine, Kosha, I've literally, where else have I performed? It's just been such a whirlwind. I performed at the French Embassy with David Carroll, where we shared the stage with Naomi Cohen and Carlene Davis and Tony Rebel and Medicine, and that was just such a special moment because we sang Revolution together, and that's what it's about, really. It's a blur. Like, I feel like I've just been here, and I performed at the night market, at Dancehall Thursdays. It's just happened so naturally, and every single person that I've met out here is just like in the musical circle have just been so supportive.
Do you have songs out?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So I have my debut EP titled Omega Mother Goddess, which is the root soul exploration of the divine feminine. As for me, it's about honoring the feminine aspect of life, of divinity, of God, because it's been suppressed for so long. And yeah, it's an EP that you can stream on all platforms. It means a lot to me. It took me such a long time to create this and get comfortable with my sound and with my music and with my own voice. So yeah, there's a single OMG that I released on there, Root Soul. They've got music videos that you can check out with that. And it's just really about expressing my authentic truth.
Has that been hard for you to stay to that path?
Yeah, it has been difficult because when people see something that they like, or they like the voice or something, they want to control it and mold it into whatever they think that it should be. So navigating the music industry, especially as a female in the UK, I would go to the studio, oh, you should do a song about this, or you should dress like this, or you should wear that, or you shouldn't do this. So to find the beautiful souls that supported this EP, to make it sound like my own sound and support me in that, I'm so grateful. Shout out to James Shepherd and Calvin and Zion and the whole of the Root Soldiers bands for just supporting this journey.
Do you plan to live in Jamaica permanently, or is it just a stop?
God knows what I'm doing, you know. Jah knows what I'm doing. I'm going with the flow, but I do see myself wanting to get my citizenship here and having some roots in Jamaica. I feel like it's part of what I need to do at this point in my life. Be free, be free, be free. When we stepping out of place, it's strictly good vibes. Clean heart, no room for no bad mind. Cause there's no space for that in our lives. Clarity, clarity, and with our three eyes. Saging up the negativity, move out. Low vibrations, fearing doubt, we have to sweep it out. Cause we're chanting to the Most High, yes. Purpose filled and it's high vibes. So kings and queens, wear your crown. Spirits up, don't bring you down. We call it roots and soul, yes, we call it roots and soul. It's in the word, power, sound, in the thoughts that love surround. We call it roots and soul, yes, because we root our souls. So be free, be